These were sent out in an email last week for everyone to have copies of and to look over. So if there are not any questions or concerns with the minutes, I'll entertain a motion to approve them.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion by Tootie, second by Clayton. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next up, approval and ratification of bills. Does anyone have any questions or concerns on the bills as they're presented? If not, I'll
Make a
entertain the
motion.
Motion by Clayton, second by Billy. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. All right, next up, first reading of amended ordinance for compensation of the Tourism Commission members.
You skipped one there, Mayor.
Did I skip one?
Yeah,
Okay. First reading of an ordinance to repeal ordinance 2025-02.
And we have already voted to rescind the vote on this, but this is an actual ordinance, so if the council chooses, which the vote has already been rescinded regarding this ordinance, but this would be a first reading to take it off the books as an ordinance. So, an ordinance repealing an ordinance of the City of Leitchfield amending Article 1.8 definitions to incorporate the definitions and land use regulations relating condominium, and amending Article 3 of the zoning ordinance to provide permitted uses in certain zones relating to a condominium. Be it ordained by the City of Leitchfield, Kentucky, that ordinance 2025-02 of the Leitchfield Ordinance Book, Number 9, passed on January 14th, 2025, is here repealed in its entirety, duly enacted on the 19th day of May 2025, after having first been read on the 5th day of May 2025, said repealing of the ordinance to be effective upon publication. And if everyone remembers, this is the ordinance that that needed to have 2 public hearings to be properly passed in accordance with our current ordinances and guidelines that are on the books. So,
And just so you all know, I had corrected the spelling errors in there, I just forgot to print off my new. Yeah, I just did print off
Okay,
the new.
gotcha.
Yeah, I noticed that this afternoon, so it is fixed, so when you have the next one, you'll have the correct spelling.
Does anyone have any questions from Darlene about amending this or rescinding this? Okay. Now we're going down first reading of amended ordinance for compensation of the Tourism Commission members.
I'll go ahead and do a first reading. I don't have any information regarding this ordinance. If anybody has anything else to add prior to.
I think she's just trying to get it in line with all the other boards that we.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree. All right, and this is a first reading, so if any information needs to be gathered between now and then, we won't vote until next meeting. An ordinance amending an ordinance relating to the establishment of a tourism commission for Leitchfield, Kentucky, whereas the City of Leitchfield, Kentucky previously by ordinance established a tourism and convention commission and compensation rate, and whereas the City Council had determined that the members of the tourism and convention commission rate of compensation needed to be adjusted, now therefore be it ordained by the City of Leitchfield, Kentucky, that Section 4 of the ordinance relating to the establishment of a tourism and convention commission be amended as follows, with added portions being underlined and deleted portions being indicated by a line drawn through them and encompassed by brackets enclosing them. Section 4, the commissioners shall be appointed for a term of 3 years, provided that in making the initial appointments, the Leitchfield City Mayor shall appoint 2 commissioners for a term of 3 years, 2 commissioners for a term of 2 years, and 3 commissioners for a term of 1 year. There shall be no limitation on the number of terms to which a commissioner is reappointed. Subsequent appointments shall be for a term of 3 years. The chairman of the commission shall be paid the sum of $350 per month, and the remaining members of the commission shall be paid the sum of $250 per month during respective terms, effective July 1st, 2025, duly adopted by the City of Leitchfield, Kentucky, the 19th day of May, 2025, after first being read on the 5th day of May, 2025.
All right, thank you, Earlene. Hey, Scotty, will you go get that sign and bring it in here, please? Next up, approval of the March 2025 financial statement. If there weren't any questions or concerns about that, I'll entertain a motion to approve, and a motion in a second to approve those.
I make a motion that we approve.
Motion by Clayton, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Terry, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? This is the sign, guys, that we've had made
Nice.
for the ballpark over there.
That's nice.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yep.
Boy, it is. Looks great.
Since we were coming up on unfinished business, I just wanted everybody to see it. I talked to Kelly this week. It may be a couple of months or so. He wanted his whole family to be able to be here when we put it up over there. So it may be a couple of months before he's ready. I just told him to let us know
Yeah.
at his convenience,
That's
so.
nice, that's pretty.
Okay. Unfinished business. Billy?
We might want to think about putting one of them at the Fireman's Park.
What, a sign like that?
We don't have, there's no specific sign stating the park, the name, I mean, that's just throwing that out there.
So we'll have the entrance there before long,
Yeah, you've seen the entrance that David bought. He's building one for the park over there.
Gotcha.
It's got fire hats and it's really fire department. It's gonna be red, but it's neat. He's the way he's done it. So if we get that up and you think there still needs to be one, let us know. It isn't any problem to get one made, so.
Wesley, what about the K-Mill house?
Oh, it's looking
gone?
good. It's gone. It's looking good. That's what I was going
Good deal,
to say.
thank you,
Good job.
whoever worked on that, all of you. That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay. Terry, unfinished business?
I've got a couple of things. Even though it's only been 2 weeks, have you had an opportunity to check with the engineer from, where is it,
I meant-
Lincoln Trail about over at DeWitt?
I meant to do that and I forgot all about it, Scotty. Did we ever get a drawing from him?
Yeah, I talked to him, he said Monday, we got a drawing on the work that needs to be done around the square.
Square, yeah.
But he's gonna start working on that.
Okay.
And he hasn't had it completed yet.
I'll make myself a note here, Terry, to call him tomorrow and just see where he's at on it.
Okay. And do you have any type of update whatsoever on the rec center? Aren't you on that committee?
Yeah, I know the last meeting they had, I didn't get to. I had another meeting here, Scotty went to. There wasn't much change, was there, Scotty? I mean, the Pinnacle people sent the survey out. It's still out, I
Yeah.
think, and
They were gathering information, they had met with the softball and baseball folks the night before, and then they met with us, and they were gonna meet with the tennis folks after we left. And basically, all that they did, I assume they did all of them like they did us, and they just asked what things that we thought might be the biggest needs in the facility, that they would be sure and try to include, and any thoughts that we might have as to use or that type of thing. It was a very productive meeting, and I'm assuming that the one earlier, the night before, and the one after that were as well. I wasn't there.
Will you be giving us, can they supply us with the survey results?
yeah,
to
I'm not sure
council?
how,
I mean,
I'm not sure how long that stays out there, but I'll
right, I mean,
ask
after it's
Brittany.
closed
Yeah.
and finished, we help to
Yeah,
find
they
that.
told us they would.
Yeah,
Okay, that'd be good.
yeah, I'll touch base with Brittany and tell her when they get that in, we'd like to have a copy for everyone, so,
Okay, that's all I have.
okay. Tootie?
I just wanted to ask Wes, have you got anything lined up on the streets?
Not yet.
Don't have a list yet?
We're still working on the list. We're changing every day. There's holes falling everywhere, so.
Okay.
Some of them have been scratched off and some more added to it, so.
Okay, that's all.
Hopefully this week I'll have a list to get to the Scotties.
Yeah,
Yeah, the 100 block there, which I know you know, South English Street there, right at the stop sign, where Randy owns the house, and
Yeah.
it's peeling up bad there.
Have you heard, Wes, any more update on when they're gonna start the blacktop from here out to the railroad tracks?
I have not. I did see where they marked the soft spots where the base failure's at.
Yeah.
So they had them painted, and so the Scotty's guy I talked to this week, or, no, last week, yeah, Friday, he thought they should start in the next couple of weeks, but,
Okay.
you know, this rain's kinda hurt a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Clayton, unfinished business?
Just one. I talked to Tyler the other day out there on Floyd Street. That house, what's going on with it?
They were sent notice of violation and given a specified amount of time to take care of it, and then after that, they'll get their citation and fines. Then after that, we'll have somebody go and do it if they don't do it by then. So Dalton's
Okay.
already sent all that notification out to them.
Yeah, I knew you was probably working on it, but I went by there again coming from Walmart, and it was still just,
Yeah, I went there today, so, but,
Okay.
yeah, we just have to let the process work itself out.
Sure, understand. And that's all.
Okay. George?
Do you have an update on the EDC board, the new board that we talked about?
Not yet. We're supposed to get together, supposed to have last week, and there was a couple who couldn't make it. So, they're trying to get another date together. So, I would say sometime the next week or two, they'll probably come up with a date.
That's all I have.
Okay. Tim?
No, sir.
Lori? Erling? Wes? David? Tyler? All right. New business. Billy?
No, sir.
Terry?
Yeah, I've got one thing. I was hoping Tammy would be here. So apparently it's not this actual scoreboard that isn't working at the ballpark. Could you or somebody check with her? It's the remote. There's a remote that isn't working, that we don't have enough remotes for the scoreboards. And apparently, the remote that isn't working is going to have to be mailed to someplace in Illinois, I think was the state. I don't know. Could you just check into it? I mean, if it's, as far as replacing it, can we
Yeah.
just get a new one?
Okay. I'll check. I knew they'd had some problems with,
Yeah, I
when you're
talked.
walking in the left field, the older kids play on.
Well,
but
it just varies on who gets the remote.
Who gets the remote first?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I talked to Trent the other night when we went to watch some of my students. By the way, the dugout that I was at, whoever fixed worked on the benches in the dugout, they are nice and sturdy. So thank you. Next on the list would be concrete in the dugouts. Gotcha.
Yeah, we overlooked at it, kind of got a ballpark, got a plan, so,
Yeah, that's all I have.
okay.
Thank you.
Tootie?
No.
Clayton?
Yeah, I've got one thing. I know that the board, that tourism board, we just gave them that, and all the other boards have been getting raises and stuff, but the Board of Adjustments, and they're just making $50. May seem like enough, but when they take their time off, like Nick and Dr. Nichols, he takes a day off of his office, and that costs a lot of money. And I thought that we ought to give them a $50 raise, make it $100 for the Board of Adjustments.
Okay. How often do they meet, Lori? Isn't it quarterly? Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that one that we amended down a few years ago?
Yes, sure
The
was.
ordinance says that they can meet once a month, but it also says if there's no business, then they don't have to meet, but they do meet quarterly anyways.
Right. That's something the ex-mayor took down, took them down.
Lowered the pay, lowered their pay.
Lowered their pay, and I think it ought to be up $50.
That's something you guys want to think on and put it on next week's, or next meeting's
Actually,
agenda?
Mayor, I had another piece of news that I thought that we might want to discuss in the future was, you know, most of our committees and commissions are at a very competitive rate / stipend, whatever you want to call it. Do we want to look at, what are we using for everyone else? Is it the compensating rate? Is that what it's called, Lori?
For what else, or, I think,
Or in the increases in pay?
oh, the
It-
cost of living, right?
Yeah. You know, maybe that's something instead, I mean, just like I know that what we just approved for tourism, that's paid out of tourism funds, correct? That's not out of the city of Litchfield.
Right.
So, I mean, instead of having that all of a sudden, extra $100 a person, a month coming out of whoever's budget, it would just be a more gradual with the compensating rate. Does that make sense?
Can we do that, Lori?
I mean, you have a set, you have your set, like right now, if somebody went on to tourism, it'd be $250.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the ordinances specify, so the ordinances would need to be amended. But I think maybe the issue you may run into is, I think that it's based on salary and based on hourly rates. I don't know
Gotcha.
that there would be a mathematical equation that could do something like a commission monthly fee to
We
you
just have
all.
to average it out as
Yeah,
a
you'd have to
salary and see what
average
it
it out,
was,
yeah.
you know, and, or as an hourly thing,
Yeah.
but
But, I mean, if you all vote to change the ordinance, we can make the ordinance reflect that.
It's just an idea of something that, I mean, we've given a couple of other commissions increases in the last year and a half that amount up over time.
yeah.
I don't know, we can talk about it in a committee meeting or something.
Maybe, Lori, next meeting, can you get together for us, all the commissions and what each one of them make?
Yeah.
That way we can look at it and we can kind of go from there, if it's okay, Terry.
Absolutely.
Transparency.
Email that out. I can do that this afternoon, because I keep the spreadsheet that has everybody on it.
Okay. All right. Then we'll continue that into the next meeting, if Terry, if that's okay.
That's
After
good.
everybody gets a chance to look at it. Judy?
No.
Clay? New business?
Just the one on the Board of Adjustments.
I can't remember what we got. You guys okay?
Mayor, I have a couple things. First thing is, received a call. Gentleman said there's been some potholes in front of his house across from Hardee's. It's causing a lot of noise late at night. People coming by in trucks and it's bumping, or if they've got a trailer and it's loud. And he said, we patched some of it. It's just created a little bit more. So if it's on South Main there, not sure if it's our purview there.
It's the
but-
steep driveway there, right across from Hardee's.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He just asked if we could look into that and do something about that. And also he mentioned, there were some, loud mufflers going up, down through there, so something to
We
think
have
about.
put signs up, coming into town, no air,
Yeah.
jake brakes.
Yes, sir.
Although I've seen a little entertainment on Facebook about it. One fella come by today, and I think he does it every time now just for meanness, so. But as far as the road there, if this, as soon as they do this paving, that should correct that. They're supposed to be paving from here to the railroad tracks.
Oh, wonderful.
So that should cure that, shouldn't it, Wes, when
Amen.
they want to get around to it?
That's
If it don't happen next couple, 3 weeks, we can go over there and patch it a little bit till,
I can get the state road department to come by, it's theirs to take care of, so they can put some coal patch in it or something, because it's probably gonna be a little bit before they start milling and doing all that, so.
Appreciate that, Wes. Thank you.
I'll check with them tomorrow.
okay.
Have one more thing, Mr. Mayor. I don't know if this is something we can do internally, Lori, but can we look at an economic feasibility study of what the loss of Bell Cheese is gonna cost us as a city from a tax standpoint?
Sabrina done has it.
She
Yeah,
does
just
has
call
it.
her tomorrow.
Okay. I'd like to take a look, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had that about a day or two after.
Yeah, after they left, she had it done, so just call her.
On the spot when it comes to that.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm just curious to see how it's going to impact our fiscal decisions from this point on out.
Okay, anything else, Tim?
No, sir, that's it.
Lori?
The only thing I have is, if any of y'all know, we will maybe send a couple of employees. We've already got one that started. Tammy's Parks and Rec assistant is Georgia Foreman, which she'll actually be helping us up front at the front desk and probably the drive-through. And we've also hired somebody to fill the other AR spot. They should be coming in this week to finish that paperwork. So maybe another week before they get started, but you might see another new face in the office there too, once we get her in here.
Okay. Arlene?
No.
Wes? David? No. Tyler? All right. On to other business, we'll change the luncheon for May will be on the 8th at noon. Please let Lori know no later than noon on Monday, May 5th, if you plan to attend. There will be an Animal Shelter Committee meeting on May 19th at 5 o'clock prior to our next council meeting. And Finance Officer Sabrina Roof has provided each council member with the printout of the cash and cash equivalent report and the CD report, which is your colored, 2 colored pages there. So you guys can look at that. If you have any questions about any of that, you can give Sabrina a call or email, however you decide to do that. So if there isn't anything further, I'll take the motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion by Clayton, do I have a second? Second, George, all in favor?